Hi guys. Hope you guys had a great week. I know a lot of you are looking forward to this 3-day week or an even 4-day weekend coming up. So just to dive in, Effective Instruction by Jim Burke, I got to say I really enjoyed his book. One of the first things that Jim talks about is to vary your instructional methods and strategies. Two of these points that I really apply in my classroom daily is to describe and demonstrate each strategy or technique, and to develop students' background knowledge using different techniques. So I'm consistently doing this throughout the day with my students. For instance, our badminton unit. Not only did I, before I started the unit, give them a little background on the sport of badminton, right? Show them the tools that are necessary to play the game, but I also demonstrated every technique, every serve, every hit that they had to do. I demonstrated that. I modeled that for them. I gave them an opportunity to see it, and then they began to do it on their own, which helped be able to see it first. So I use this every day in my instruction, is having the opportunity to demonstrate it. Next, Jim talks about teach students how to think, learn, and remember. I always find I'm consistently doing this with my students. Jim talks about to initiate students to thinking specific to your subject matter and discipline, instill key habits of mind in students to help them succeed in school and in life. I'm always doing this with my students. A lot of the times we're not even talking about what we're doing in that unit before or after the class. I'm telling them, look, you need to build habits, right? Time management, communication. These are the things that are going to allow you to become successful in the future, right? Not only in my class and every other class, but life in general, right? Being early to things, always checking, having a planner and putting your schedule in your planner. These are things that are going to help them be successful, and I'm consistently doing this with my students. Next, Jim talks about assess understanding and use the results to improve your teaching. He goes into detail saying use multiple means and measures to assess student performance. Teach students to assess their own progress through goal setting and reflection. Provide useful, specific, meaningful feedback throughout the learning cycle. How I do that in my class is they're getting feedback right away. So as I circulate the room, as they're playing the sport of badminton, I'm circulating, and if I see something that needs to be corrected, I automatically will fix that mistake on the spot. Not only that, but if they're not fully understanding a concept of badminton or in any unit I'm in, I comment online on their Google Classroom that they can look and check and see, okay, Coach King said I need to work on this. So they're getting two kind of forms of responses from me. Is one right away in the classroom, and then later on online if they need to go look at it. Next, Jim talks about use the right tools and technology to enhance instruction. What I love about this PE program here at the school I'm at is we're consistently using technology to enhance instruction. Right? Jim says choose the tools or technology most appropriate to the instructional situation. Use an array of tools and technologies to enhance your teaching. Not only do we use Google Classroom for students to get things done online, but we have something called Goose Chase, where students actually have videotape themselves performing a specific task. And for instance, my unit, they're videotaping themselves to certain badminton serves or certain badminton hits, and they go on and they comment how do they believe they're doing in this particular area or skill. And so we're consistently incorporating technology, and I think it's a huge part of our students' education and physical education to be able to apply not only what they're doing in other classes, but technology I think is huge. A lot of people see there's a separation in technology and physical education. I actually think they're binding, and they need to be integrated consistently. Next, Jim talks about support all students to ensure success. Identify and teach the students' strengths. Provide different types of support throughout the learning experience. Differentiate instruction whenever possible. You have to do this in physical education, right? We always talk about the zone of proximal development, right? Making sure that the students are not too bored, right? And on the other end of that, they're not being challenged too hard where they can't complete a particular task. So being right in the middle. And so if you look at our swim unit that's coming up, students that maybe struggle in swim will be in one pool, and students that have been swimming for many years or that feel confident in the swimmer in the other pool. where we're getting the most out of each child, and at the same time, we're putting them in a comfortable environment, right? If we have students that are scared to swim or scared of water, being in a pool that they can touch their feet on the ground puts them in an environment where they're calm now, they have self-confidence, and believe that, nothing's going to happen. I can do this. And so we're continuing doing differentiated instruction. We've used it in our badminton unit. We've used it in our track unit. So I think this particular thing that Jim talks about, I think we use it all the time within physical education. Maintain a safe, productive learning environment. I think that kind of ties in. All the time I'm talking to students, and this is going to be coming up in our swim unit, right? Students feel uncomfortable, self-image. They feel like others are going to judge them on how they look, right, with their shirt off or in their bathing suit. And so what we try to do, and what we're trying to do before the swim unit, is cultivate a safe and respectful environment like Jim talks about in the book. And that is just talking to students. I think so far we've built a community within my class. We built a family where we respect each other. We respect each other's opinions and each other's feelings. So I think being able to go into this unit, I don't think I'm having any issues. A lot of students are confident, even though they may have some self-image problems. I feel like they trust in the class that no one is going to say anything towards them, that maybe even at the other end they're going to be supported by other students in the class. I think this is definitely critical. And then teach skills and knowledge in context, right? So design authentic learning experience that integrates skills and knowledge. Use different types of instruction to teach skills and knowledge. We're doing this all the time within physical education. Multiple ways we can teach a particular skill. We modify it. And so I think that's also very important thing to do. Overall, I think Jim Burke was on point with everything that he talked about. I learned a lot of things that I integrated into my class. And I talked to my guy teacher about it, and he's integrated it into his. So thank you guys so much for listening, and hope you guys have a great weekend. Take care.